Welcome to the channel, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today, and to all my new supporters joining us for the first time, welcome to the family. And thank you so much for joining us today to check out this wonderful video. Thank you so much to all my wonderful supporters who actually recommended this video, telling me to react to it. The support truly means the world to me. Today, I will be reacting to a message to my American viewers. Now, I'm actually kind of nervous, man. This video right here was highly recommended. What you guys trying to say? I mean, what you trying to say, man? I'm a little anxious. I am a little nervous to check out what this video is actually going to be about. But, let's go ahead and press play and figure it out for ourselves.
This is an uncomfortable video to make.
All right.
But we are living through uncomfortable times. I don't have a script here. I don't have any notes. I'm just talking as I would to a friend. Canada and America, we have been friends for most of our history. And if you don't know, I'm a Canadian. So for anyone who's new to this channel, I'm Dan. I've lived in a few different cities in Canada. I also travel a lot. I've been to a lot of different countries, and I've been to the United States many times. I've crossed the Canadian-US border by car, by bus, by plane. You're not all bad people. You're not all happy about what's happening in your country. And I just took a trip to America, actually. I was just traveling in California for a couple weeks. I had some Canadians who were upset at me for even traveling to the United States.
I'm sitting here in disbelief, like, huh? I'm like, huh? When? How recent was this? California? How recent was this? All right. Hey, how do you guys feel about that? Your fellow Canadian traveled over to California, man. He crossed that border and went to California for a little visit, I guess. I mean, California is nice, it's beautiful. But I just feel like, I don't know. Americans need to stay away from Canada right now, and Canadians need to stay away from America right now. I feel like, you know, the relationship is still mutual. We are still friends. Look, we still family. But it's just a lot of hostility going on, man. You know, it's just a lot of bickering. Kind of need to just separate and let, you know, time take the matter in this. Now, I come on. I'm itching, fiending to go to Canada. But well, on second thought, I would say, you know, I didn't know if I should actually travel to Canada around this time, especially with all this going on. But come on, it's not all of us Americans, and there's some of my fellow Canadians out there that still rock with us Americans. You know, the ones that aren't ignorant. But maybe I should go ahead and travel over there across that border before it's too late, huh? Before it's too late. Boy, they talk about, oh, Americans cannot cross. Well, I'm going to be throwing a fit at that border. You will see me on the news.
I had some Canadians who were upset at me for even traveling to the United States right now, because many Canadians are doing a very strict boycott of anything American. No American trips, no American products. No, you know, everyone's checking where things are made when you're at the grocery store. Is this apple American? Okay, put it back. But we've been brought together by what is seen as an existential threat to our country existing, and that's America. And the thing is, it's hard to know with Donald Trump when he's joking and when he's not, because he'll say these things that are obvious lies. Like when he was talking about the immigrants from Haiti he said they were eating cats and dogs. They're eating cats and dogs. And then the news stations go there and they talk to people in that town. They're like, no one's eating cats and dogs. There was no...
Yo, let me tell you something. The stereotypes are living over here in America. I promise you, people hear it and they run off with it. Yo, it's crazy. This video is going to be very relatable, I see. Oh, we got too many Americans that are so ignorant, and I'm not going to eat Chinese food. No, because they eat cats and dogs. Meow, roof, roof. They making all type of rude comments about them and their food like you wasn't just eating it in the past and as a kid. You was enjoying it. Come on, stop it. They want to just run off with these stereotypes and jokes about these other countries that come over here and actually run our very own country. You're talking about foreigners, but they run your country. Come on now. If you don't like the food that much, how about you open up a restaurant? How about you do a job? How about you do something? I mean, you do something. Come on now. There's a million stereotypes in America that people are just constantly running with. And it's going to continue. It's going to spread. Okay? So we might as well just get used to it now, because this is out of pocket.
You said they were eating cats and dogs. They're eating cats and dogs. And then the news stations go there and they talk to people in that town. They're like, no one's eating cats and dogs. There was no one's eating cats and dogs. But that story will just be like a headline blasted across the whole nation.
Yup.
And then some people find out the truth, that it was all made up. But some people presumably just believe that. And that just enters their consciousness. Now,
And that's exactly why the people that eat the Chinese food, they still eating it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You see the Chinese restaurants are still open. It's the people that want to believe in them stereotypes. They the ones not eating it. Oh, well. Oh, well. Don't eat it then.
it was all made up. But some people presumably just believe that. And that just enters their consciousness. Now, that's how propaganda works. You now believe something that's factually untrue.
Mm-hmm.
With Canada, the initial lie was, all these drugs are pouring across Canadian border, and it's unsafe, and Canada, you got to fix your border. That was the lie. The reason it's a lie is that well under 1% of the total amount of fentanyl entering the United States was coming from Canada. The lie is planted. Canadian border, people start thinking, what is going on up in Canada? Well, I see a lot of fentanyl in my city, like let's say you live in Kentucky or something. Well, I do see a lot of fentanyl. Where is it coming from? Trump says it's coming from Canada. And the Canadians say, actually, that's a lie. Like, we have the stats to prove it. Everything's cool. But then Trump says, doesn't matter. Tariffs on all Canadian goods. Let's decimate the Canadian economy. Let's harm all those average working Canadians and Americans, by the way. It goes both ways.
Yes, it
All
does.
these average people who are
Thank you for saying that.
in companies that need American or Canadian parts, or serving American and Canadian customers, like all the inter-country trade, which helps growth on both sides, is just getting harmed needlessly. And as much as a lot of Canadians are doing the boycott of the U.S., and the patriot inside of me supports it. It's a good thing. People are acting with their money. It's smart, but also, let's not avoid the elephant in the room. In Canada, we are 1/10 the size of the United States. We're not. We can't win this trade war. There's a metaphor I was thinking about. It's like you have an older brother and a younger brother. Canada's the younger brother. We've always been close. We've always been like family.
Whoa. I wasn't expecting to hear that. Whoa. I gotta stop saying that. I'm shocked. Wait. Oh my gosh. You guys are gonna be going crazy in the comments on this one. I already know it, man. I'm not gonna do too much talk in this video. I'm gonna leave it to you guys. If you know what I mean. I'm gonna leave it to you guys, because I know you have a lot to say after just hearing that. I know a lot of Canadians take that personal. The words that just came out of his mouth. I'm not making it a big deal, but hell, I am making it a big deal. I done paused the video and everything, and I'm talking on it. Look, maybe I am making it a big deal. It's because if I was to say something, if an American was to say something like that, look, Canada is not going to win the trade war. Y'all would have canceled me. Get him out of here. Look, unsubscribe from him as fast as possible. Come on now. The fact that I just heard that from a Canadian is really shocking. I'm not going to lie, guys. I need you guys to let me know in the comments. Oh, I already know you will. How do you feel about that one?
And a younger brother. Canada's the younger brother. We've always been close. We've always been like family. And then the older brother starts talking trash, saying, oh, you got to clean your room. Like all these problems, all the toys from your room are ending up in my room. Get your toys out of here. And then the younger brother thinks, well, my toys aren't actually in your room. That happened one time, but there's no toy crisis. So the younger brother just thinks it's kind of a joke. And then the bigger brother comes and punches the younger brother in the face. Like out of nowhere. And then the younger brother's like, what the hell was that? And now, like, you're scared, you're disappointed, you're kind of angry, but you know you can't fight back because it's not an even fight here. It's the world's biggest military, right? And so there's just a feeling of, like, the trust has been broken. And whatever kind of, like, friendly bickering we had before, those days are over. Now it's a new reality.
Oh, yeah.
We were betrayed. As for the 51st state conversation, there's different opinions on whether Trump is very serious about this or not. I think he is. I'll just say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I think Trump does want Canada to be the 51st state, and given the chance, he will take Canada. That's not something I would have said a few months ago. It's kind of scary that I'm even saying that out loud when you think about it, but like I said at the beginning, we are in uncomfortable times, and the only thing really stopping Trump from taking Canada, from taking Greenland, from taking Panama, from taking whatever else he wants is the American institutions, which are quickly collapsing. Every day they're slashing budgets. Anyone in the FBI or the CIA who's like not a Trump loyalist is just getting fired and replaced by like a bunch of like weak yes men and yes women who just like literally it's pathetic. Like they're all just kissing Trump's shoes. It's like so it's so cowardly.
Oh, once again, you did it again, man. I like this guy right here. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually my second video I've checked out by him. I like this guy, man.
Like they're all just kissing Trump's shoes. It's like so it's so cowardly.
He's keeping it real though.
The scary thing is when you look at how Russia and Ukraine has gone down for years before 2022, when Russia like fully brought troops into Ukraine and tried to liberate the Ukrainians, right? Just the tension was building, and there was all this political talk about, oh, there's like far right people in Ukraine, and they want to be Russian anyway. We're going to free the poor Ukrainians. And then the Russian troops went in, and suddenly we're met by this wide-scale resistance, and realized, oh, well, why are they fighting back? I thought we were liberating the Ukrainians. You could imagine Trump using a similar path if it actually reached that level in Canada, where he would tell Americans, Canada is this failed communist state. They can't secure their borders. All the drugs are coming through Canada. We're going to bring American troops into Canada to free the Canadians and to stabilize the border. And Canadians would say, hey, we're free. We don't actually want that or need that. And the border's fine. And the American media, which is much larger and has all the big news stations, would keep telling Americans to support their cause and to be patriots and to free those poor Canadians who are going to be our 51st state. And then I truly believe a lot of Americans would just go along with it.
The gullible ones.
Some of them, the hardcore Trump is right about everything, fully believe it. And then the silent majority would think, well, that's kind of weird, but whatever, like I got other problems. So look at the price of eggs. I'm working 2 jobs just to pay for my apartment. I don't have time to worry about the Canadians. And suddenly, after a while, you just feel like it's hopeless. That's the scary part. When I was down in the U.S., anytime. I mean, I had a few conversations with Americans about this stuff because when they asked where I'm from and I said Canada, it would just lead to like political talk. And after a while, like the Americans would almost always just be like, oh, let's talk about something else. I'm tired. And you could see it. A lot of Americans are just tired and worn out. My message is, if you are someone who feels this is wrong, don't get tired and worn out. Not now. Like this is what you train for. You know, like this is the moment when people who believe in freedom and believe in peace and believe that Americans and Canadians should be friends. This is the moment when you actually speak up, when you write to whatever representative you have, counter any person you meet who is saying nonsense about Canada, we all got to find a way to speak truth when the lies get bigger and bigger. And this video is my attempt at doing that.
Well, I do appreciate your attempt. I respect it. Yes. But you need to be some sort of public figure. You know, you need to have some type of power in order for people to care about the words that come out of your mouth. You know, there are plenty of Americans speaking on this topic. It's just a matter of how much of an influence do you have to the public for them to actually pay attention and listen to you. Oh, you guys know me. I talk a lot. Look, typical average American. Look, I talk a lot. I can rant on all day about this situation between the United States of America and Canada. You guys know I can. Come on now. I make this video 2 hours right now. But yeah, this video was very relatable, and I really do appreciate you guys for recommending this video, telling me to check it out, man. It feels like a direct message to me, you know, because I'm American. And I understand. I truly understand where he's coming from. He don't got to worry about me. I'm one of the ones you don't got to worry about, because I'm on y'all side, man. You know, real recognize real. And I don't like to push the ones away, especially, you know, ones that help me. The ones that help me out, you know, throughout the traumatic times of my life. I don't like to push them away. That's not what we do to friends. That's not what we do to neighbors. We don't do that. So you guys know me. I'm a day one. We ride or die, baby. Come on, y'all know the vibes. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, you gotta be, you know, a public figure. You gotta have some type of influence, social media influence, political influence. It doesn't matter if you want people to hear what you have to say. But those ones that go against Trump, the ones that have that power, you know, the ones that are public figures and have an influence, you're gonna be canceled. They might take you. Ooh, they might take you out. You might be canceled. You might be arrested. You know, freedom of speech is a thing, but freedom of speech isn't a thing. That's how I'm going to just put it. So it's not really much you could say on the internet as well, and they will use stuff against you. They will use it against you. They might go as far as looking into your family and seeing where they come from. And then, all right, let's look for an excuse to send him back to one of them countries. They can do that if your parents is possibly... My parents, look, from a different country. My pops is from a different country. I'm pretty sure it could work out that way if it really wanted to. Somebody in the comments mentioned that to me before on one of my other channels and was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, if your parents or even as far as grandparents come from a different country, you could get deported back to their country. I'm like, how does that even make sense? I'm a U.S. citizen. Doesn't really make sense. But yet again, there's a lot of things going on right now that doesn't make sense. Yet again, did you guys know that drug dealers will no longer be charged as criminals, but as terrorists now? I didn't even know that. Like, I was reading up on a couple articles the other day and came across that information. I had to do some background research on it to fact check it in. Yeah, it's real. I'm like, wow, you're not even charged as a criminal no more. You're charged as a terrorist. I'm like, this is all right. You don't even have to be doing anything illegal or be guilty in any way to get the handcuffs slapped on your wrist. Take them to the county. What? Just for looking suspicious? It's a lot of weird things going on that I don't like. And I'm not a weird person. I don't like them weird antics, man. So this is crazy. And this is a very unfortunate situation that hopefully we all hope dies down soon, which we know never will. The relationship is ruined. There is no recovering the United States and Canada's relationship, and I'm going to forever say that. That's the one thing I could vouch for throughout this whole entire situation. Our relationship will never recover, ever, ever. There's no way in history it ever will. If anything, years down the line, people are going to be teaching kids in schools in history class about this very situation right here because of how crazy it is. What? You guys know that? We are a part of history right now, so we got to make the best of it. We got to speak out, learn as much as possible so we can educate the youth later on in life as well about the times we are living in right now in 2025, because this don't make no sense. Some people watch this video are probably like, why are you stressing it? It doesn't even make, like, who cares? What's the big idea? I know a lot of people don't like politics. A lot of people do not like politics, and that's okay. But I just want to let you guys know on this channel, man, we digging deep into everything. Into all the real stuff going on in this world, because I'm sick of all the propaganda. I'm sick of all the lies. I'm tired of it, man. All the stuff that's running around my country, forget all that. We need to sit down and actually take the time to learn the real. Learn about the issues going on in our country instead of thinking that our country is number one, the best out there. We have one of the strongest militaries. Yes, we have the highest defense budget. We don't care. What does that have to show for? What does that have to prove? That doesn't prove loyalty. That doesn't prove trust. I mean, oh my goodness, guys. And look, I'm already ranting. I'm already going on. Everybody, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and turn all post notifications on. If you enjoyed this message just as much as myself, please feel free to share this video and channel to your friends and family members, and continue to flood my comment section and suggestion link in the description down below if you would like to recommend some more of these intriguing, amazing, wholesome videos for me to check out. Once again, everybody stay safe, enjoy the weather, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.